Are you terrified when you overeat? Does going out to dinner feel as stressful as supporting Sri Lanka in a Cricket World Cup? Because if one day causes you to spiral and want to start over on Monday, your fat loss approach is fucked. And if this continues, you're just going to be stuck in that cycle of losing weight and regaining weight for the rest of your life. Now, why should you listen to me? I have transformed myself, maintained that progress in the long run, and I've also helped hundreds of other people lose a ton of fat, build muscle, and also maintain that progress. So let's jump in. First problem is most people think that they have to be in a calorie deficit every single day, when in reality, calories don't work that way. Calories work on a weekly model. This is why you have some people who have a perfect diet, Monday to Friday. They're fully locked in, calorie deficit. Then Saturday, Sunday, the weekend hits. They go out, they're eating, they're drinking loads, and boom, loads of calories during the weekend. And then that causes their weekly calories, instead of being at a deficit, it puts them to maintenance, which is why they're just maintaining their weight. Or in some cases, puts them into a surplus, which is why you have some people who are trying to lose weight, but they just end up gaining weight. And they're like, how the fuck did this happen? Weekly calories. Now, we can use that strategy to our advantage. We can be more flexible so that if you have a day like that, let's say today I overeat by 1,000 calories. I have like a massive pizza. It's nothing I have to panic about. I can still lose the exact same amount of fat this week as if I never had the pizza. Now, how can I do that? If today I'm over by 1,000 because of the pizza, from the rest of the week, from the remaining 6 days I just have to reduce my weekly calories by 1,000. I can do that in so many different ways. I could, in the next 2 days, I could have 500 calories less, 500 calories less the day after, or I could have 333 calories left, recurring, the next day, and then the next day, and the next day, and do that for 3 days, adds up to about 1,000. There's so many ways you can split it up, right? But the idea is just you reducing it throughout the other days to make up for a big event. It can even work the other way, right? Because this is like damage control after an event has happened. You could save up calories for a certain event. For example, if I know I'm going out for like a massive dinner or an event, I know there's going to be loads of food and drinks and calories are going to be crazy, I'll save up for it during the week. Maybe I'll have, 200, 300 calories less each day, and then boom, I have like a nice, healthy 1,500, 2,000 calories I can just spend on this occasion. And I will still maintain the exact same rate of progress. And you're going to also notice the terminology I'm using here, like spending calories, saving up calories. If you think about calories as money, it makes it way easier. Like it just flip that switch in your brain, look at calories on a weekly basis, treat it like you're budgeting, right? You have a set amount of money. If you overspend on one day, you got to cut down the spending on the other days, just to make sure that you're within your budget for the week, right? So that you don't end up going bankrupt. That's the idea. And once you have that unlock, being flexible, having off days like that, it's nothing that you have to panic about. If you overeat, fine. All right. First thing is figure out, why did that happen? Is it something that you can prevent next time? And in order to mitigate that, then just figure out like roughly how many calories did you overeat by? How can you fix that across the rest of the week so that you can damage control, mitigate that, and still make the same amount of progress that you would if you hadn't overeaten. That's the idea there. And also, before I forget, if you want to lose 25 to 50 pounds of fat permanently, click the first link in the description. It's going to take you to a video that explains how I could potentially solve your problem. Now, you might not care. That is totally cool. The video is there anyway. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you were to take away anything from the video, don't panic. If you overeat or you have to go out for dinner, treat your calories like a budget. If you have higher calorie days, higher spending days, then you got to focus on the other days. Reduce your spending. All right, that is everything. I love you. Goodbye.